at this point, I might as well just make my motherfucking page just a no jumper hater page, right? That's what I might as well be like. All the content that just keep coming out that I react to seems like it's this punk ass no jumper shit, but no jumper gotta be one of the most motherfucking biggest circuses that we got going on right now, online, the culture, however you want to word it. And today, the one that popped up in my feed was Adam 22 and DW Flame go to war. You gotta give it up to old Adam 16, right? He's a marketing genius when it comes to some of this shit, right? He clickbait the whole nine, but interesting combination to see that DW Flame is now back on the podcast that he dry snitched on, that we seen everybody online seen. He dry snitched on, made the accusations, motherfucking the whole little, but we've seen this type of shit before with Adam 16, right? It's almost to the point now where this shit could just be scripted, but I don't think it's scripted because I don't think none of these grown men would really let a motherfucker play with their name like they be playing with their name on No Jumper. I mean, you dragging motherfuckers' name through the mud, and a lot of these cats is exposing themselves, but I ain't gonna react to the whole DW Flame, Adam 22, the shit long, and I wish I could get the time back out of my life to get that motherfucker back, because basically it's just DW Flame motherfucking talking about how gangster he is and how much motion he got, and Adam 22 just sitting here pretty much just saying gay shit, sex playing and weird shit, you know. The same
said
shit.
like me and Adam do zesty activities together, and I was just like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Damn. Bro, we ain't no way. I got my own dick, Adam. Fuck are you
we
talking
all do.
about? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
And so meanwhile, you're sitting there and you like rolling your eyes. It's like everybody's watching the clip, kind of like reading the body language of like, oh damn, DW is not feeling this, but he don't really like want to like crack it open like that because Brick's just full. And then the clip is, we've known him since he was a little kid. Did he have a big ass dick like that when you were a little kid too? Or is that like a new thing?
I mean,
Expecting, just looking at the picture of Adam and DW Flame set from each other, like Adam looked like he looked real sickly right now. You feel me? Like, I don't know what's going on with Adam. I really don't. Like, his shirt is hanging off of him and shit like that. He looked worn out. He looked like whatever he doing ain't what it is, right? But needless to say, on this video with DW Flame and Adam 22, they address motherfucking not only the dry snitching about the shooting that happened up there, but on top of that, they talk about how Big Sad supposedly lightweight, softly motherfucking apologized to DW Flame. And he don't say they cool or nothing, but we gonna get into those two parts right there. And I want y'all to tap in them comments right there. Let me know what y'all thinking in regard to this right here, because I mean, to see him come back on, like, where does it stand at? Like, come on, we already know this dude, Adam, is no motherfucking good at all, but yet, let these motherfuckers tell what they good now. They shake hands, they the bigger person, but you can't take away what has already happened, right? But without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get straight into it. We're gonna get into it.
You ain't say shit really that was inappropriate about me, besides, well, what was incorrect? You didn't say shit inappropriate or incorrect, literally, but Brick said some weird shit.
Dun dun.
And that was the contra. I was gonna come up here and really have an issue with Brick off top when that shit first went on. Cause me and Brick, after all the little bullshit we went through, he know better than to play like that. You get what I'm saying?
So you were gonna get on your faux extras.
I was gonna just get on the issue like I said I was. You get what I'm saying? So
what did Brick say that you felt was incorrect or misleading?
Brick like was hinting at, oh, ain't that snitching? Well, but this is something that me and Brick, we already know about the whole shit being a troll or whatever the fuck, or me sending people to where I'm going. So Brick going there, doing that, playing like that, and got a whole bunch of lame ass motherfuckers who literally just got a nigga folded for playing. You get what I'm saying? Some random dude, but they had to come off the internet. You get what I'm saying? Got a nigga folded for playing like that.
Who got folded?
Yeah. Somebody got folded and they hurting right now. Besides that, so, because really I'm like, cool, I could be trolling here about the little shit, like I told you, even with the shit with the whole little situation with DeJohn and
Mustard
shit,
Man.
and shit like that. I'm like, nah, I told you, nah, for real, I ain't gonna play like that. I don't even play like that. And you like, play. We both know this and we both know that, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, oh, cool. I still was like, nah, I'm really not gonna play like that for the most part. Even though niggas, we know whatever the fuck we know and what I've been told and what everybody been told. So just Brick playing like that, cuz I'm like, cuz know better than that, bro. Like, you feel me? That's a dangerous thing. You feel me? And I'm one of the motherfuckers around the West Coast who booming right now, or like got extra shit going on because of something about snitching. About me just standing on an issue, or you get what I'm saying, or saying whatever the fuck I felt, or whatever position I was put in to say what I had to say.
Because, okay, you go on this sort of rant and you kind of just start exposing multiple different things, and then Brick kind of reacts by suggesting that it could be telling-ish. Yeah. And then we end up going into a conversation about, well, what is the part that you felt like was telling-ish? Was it the fact that you were airing out details about whatever may or may not have happened in this Dejan situation, or was it in reference to the pay-for-play scheme that you discussed?
No. The pay-for-play, that was me. Just it wasn't telling on nothing. You get what I'm saying? That ain't telling on anything.
Besides yourself.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck? That's not telling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but so I'm a telling expert. I can tell you when a nigga telling. I'm a nigga. Excuse me. Let me reframe that. I'm a nigga who can tell you when a nigga telling, even if I don't want to. But if besides fuck all that, if we know that we doing something, right? I'm doing something, whatever. We know that. Me and Brick know that. We already talked about this shit, behind stage, backstage, whatever. So. Brick having his high moment, that's what he told me. You get what I'm saying? Having his moment, or his, another Brick moment. He just was like, I was playing just to kind of blow it up, too. But, Brick, at that point, cuz kind of made me feel like, I don't need you to jump in on something that I can keep going by myself. Or
how did this motherfucker just catch himself calling himself a telling expert, though? Come on, man, get with the motherfucking program. You's a telling expert because you be telling, motherfucker, you be telling. Like, the world did not see you go to your motherfucking phone and talk about an open case right now that we now know that there's lawsuits and so forth pending, right? So when them lawsuits come through, believe me, the motherfucker with the lawsuit against motherfucking Pedo 22 here, right? They gonna use that as evidence. That's gonna be an argument in their motherfucking lawsuit right there. And they gonna use that. Whether it gets accepted by the judge, whole nother story. But you went online and told the motherfuckers about that. So you done told. You can't never say nothing about Big Sad now. DW Flame can't say nothing about him snitching, right? But not to get too far, because we need to focus in on what he just said, right? He said it's not telling. He knows what telling is, so forth. But the problem is here, nobody stands on business, right? He say Brick Baby said it's not telling because he just wanted to blow some shit up online, and you know what I mean? So now he ain't standing on business. He's going along to get along, right? He trying to, we know that personality there likes to be friendly with everybody, right? They don't want the enemy. They trying to be cool on all notes, so they trying to patch it up, say this, but motherfucker told though, there's no, motherfucker, of course it didn't get used in the courtroom yet, but shit, motherfucker, you told the whole motherfucking internet though. How do we not get past that part right there? You can't, and I get it, we gonna touch on the Big Sad shit here in a second, but like, for me, when I sit back and peep this shit out, everybody's got their own definition of telling in this day and age, right? He say that's not telling, it's not street shit, it's motherfucking internet shit, so forth. Everybody got their own definition. Adam ain't gonna motherfucking stand on no business about this. This is just a podcast to him, you know what I mean? This is entertainment, right? He's gonna ask the questions to get the motherfucking reactions out of him, so therefore he can get more content. Motherfuckers like me can make more videos talking about the shit, etc., right? But we can't get past the fact that, DW Flame, motherfucking dry snitched on the internet on an open case now that we know is somewhat of legit, whether he was actually shot or grazed, whatever the fuck, right? But you done told, man.
Was there animosity building up ever since Cigarette Gate and then Off-Brand Gate? Like, were you actually cool with him by the end of that? Or were y'all just like kind of holding it together because you're like, all right, we both on this podcast, we both doing our thing? I feel like you guys were probably having conversations behind the scenes like, hey, let's not mess up the money. Let's keep it cool. Let's be political. We don't got to mess with each other 100%. I feel like you guys kind of came to like an understanding at a certain point without necessarily being like, all right, we best friends.
I kind of feel like with this shit, Brick just a little more like I feel like I'm a little more straight up with my shit. Like, you know, like I said, Adam, if I kind of really got a problem, I'ma tell you. So when that shit first happened, when I first said that, boom, I was genuine. I was like, my bad. That was actually an accident, cuz.
Right.
Like, you feel me? Cool. But I felt like, boom, now the pressure was on Brick after that. The pressure was on cuz from every which way. So it's like he got to do something somehow to try to, you know what I'm saying? To try to redeem himself, and I kind of still, and like, you know, without us bumping heads, I let that still get away. Like, okay, cool. I know what you kind of got to do. Like, even that conversation, you get what I'm saying, where he was kind of trying to make faux extras in them or Spody in them, like, feel like, you know, like he did something too.
But that situation got reversed hella quick because it went from Brick being in a position where everybody was acting like he should have wilded out on you to then the phone call leaks and the roles are totally reversed where everybody's on you saying, oh, you supposed to do this, that, and that to Brick. You can't just let him say this, that, and the other thing.
And the thing is, like, I mean, when I first seen that, I was gonna kind of confront Brick about it, but I was like, wow, I'm like, okay, I kind of set the streets on fire or the streams on fire a little bit when I said that shit. So
let me interpret that for y'all right there. What that means is basically, to sum it up in a nutshell, he gonna do anything for some change. He gonna look past the flaws of Pedo 22, motherfucking disrespect, weird shit, sex playing, all that weird shit for the measly couple $100 that motherfuckers was paying. Because remember, we heard what the motherfuckers said before, but now this is probably a good offer. You know, this is a good example of a Milk 74 right here, right? Motherfucking little bit of change. Motherfucking, I'm gonna show up and do your motherfucking podcast regardless, right? So basically what he's saying, he do anything. You know, he's all this talk, but motherfucker, basically, you're gonna do anything for some change. That's how I read it. Well, enough of that shit right there. We done heard enough of that bullshit, right? We done heard enough of that bullshit that he's trying to sell us. Let's go ahead and get to the part about Big Sad. Let's see how Big Sad supposedly is now going out with the soft apology. Why Big Sad apologizing to him? But come on, but we gonna see.
that's crazy.
I don't kiss dogs. I don't like that.
Yeah,
they
that's
eat
weird.
shit.
That's
they
weird
lick their
as
own
shit.
asshole. Yeah,
That's weird.
But you see people like tonguing the dogs down and shit.
Yeah, I don't fuck with it.
That's not for me.
I like dogs though, but I don't fuck with all that.
Right. So where are we at on the Big Sad equation?
Oh,
it's
that's
over.
crazy.
You never gonna link up again?
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I ain't gonna say Big Sad. Well, you just said Big Sad. Big Sad hit me up, cuz. He probably watching right now. He always watching. Big Sad hit me up, you know, kind of. I wouldn't say too much of like just a super apology. I'll call it a dry apology. And, you know, just saying that because he hit me up like, my bad, bro. Whatever. I could show you the text, whatever, if that's the case. He like, my bad. You know, we know I just put you in a position where you had to, you know, and I was hot about the reply because we both pushed trays and shit like that.
So, hypothetically, we're gonna say that this is really what Big Sad did, right? Big Sad apologized to him, reached out, DM'd him, said, hey, I apologize for even getting you in the mix. I know I got funny paperwork that I didn't bring up there, and I put you in the position because you a podcaster, and you've got to say it, so my bad. If that's the case, even though DW done went to your hood, shot the video, talked all this shit, called you Big Rat 1900, did all this shit right here, you being the bigger man, Now, do I really? I don't know. That shit don't like really set. Like, I don't know. I don't know Big Sad. I don't know these motherfuckers. These are online, internet, musical personalities. Me, right? I don't know these motherfuckers personally, but from what I've seen from these motherfuckers and what I've seen from Big Sad, I don't feel like that's really his forte right there. You know, I don't see him doing that. What I see him doing though is maybe chopping it up with him and trying to get on a cool level, just because we know that type of beef right there could really result in some motherfucking bloodshed though, right? He was a rat, called a motherfucker a rat, being in a motherfucker's hood, shooting all that shit. Like, it could result in a lot of other motherfucking casualties that are outside of a motherfucker, because there's motherfuckers that ride for Big Sad that's from this hood, like, you know, motherfuckers for DW Flame, like, you got all camps mixed in, right? So I could see that part, but Big Sad seems to be more of a fuck you type of motherfucker, unless that's just an online personality, right? I don't see him doing that. But for this right here, to watch him say that this was a dry apology, and if you watch the video, you see that he don't really like say that they on cool notes, that they good or nothing. He just basically says Big Sad has apologized to a degree, and there really ain't shit there. He kind of goes in more on loose cannon for him making the issue about the paperwork one day and the next one, but we all know that, you know, there was, with Big Sad, right, there's the motherfucking paperwork that Sad had put the link to, that everybody read, that didn't implicate him or nothing, and then came the shit with Whack 100 with the interrogation video and so forth, and more Big Sad telling what happened in the car that shot, in nervousness of just witnessing that homicide and so forth, right? He telling the detectives, right? He don't invoke his rights, and that's where. But we didn't watch DW Flame go to the internet and tell on this motherfucking weird motherfucking Adam now. So I mean, like, which telling is worse? The vengeful telling of DW Flame, getting mad at your previous employer that was giving you measly couple bucks that you went to the internet and told on some shit at the workplace, or Big Sad here that ultimately was nervous after watching a homicide and motherfucker pull up and spray and shoot at him in the whole night. He giving the description of the car and what happened and shit. Which one is worse? Y'all tell me in them comments below.
And then he don't know, just like a lot of motherfuckers don't know, I don't be giving a fuck. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, even after the shit happened, I never gave a fuck. Mm-hmm. It was just, the niggas did put me in a position where I got to answer or say my opinion.
And that right there is the ultimate example of a tricky situation that you might end up in if you're a street dude who comes and becomes a podcaster on No Jumper. Because even the other day when I was interviewing Loose Cannon, he was trying to throw that narrative out there of like, oh, that's some hoe shit to sit with a dude and do an interview and then change your whole opinion about him 2 days later.
Now what?
And I'm like, bro, they like found out different information. Like, you know, they changed their mind. That
wasn't even the information I had to see.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? He didn't bring it. He didn't, well, fuck all that. But yeah, even with him, like, you know, even speaking on my situation, bro don't know me at all. And if you know some gangster shit, when you see it, then you would talk to me for real. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And you chasing clout by even speaking on my name, because I don't know you, bro. Mm. I don't know you. He on his Instagram, like, trying to diss Trace after I'm already apologized to my homie about whatever the fuck I said to him. I be with real 6-0s and real 40s that I know for real, that I've been locked up with and thug for real, that'll die for me. Mm-hmm. So niggas can't tell me nothing. Just because you saying some shit like that ain't gonna make me jump out the window and start a gang war. Only way a gang war gonna get started is over some real G shit. Mm. Like, so with him, he should have left the whole thing alone. And then he like, oh, and then bringing up the Big Sad shit. Like, calm down, yeah. Like, for real, even if Big Sad, if it said I snitched on a paper and he handed it to me and I said, you snitched, it still wasn't up to me to fight Big Sad.
Right. All you can do is analyze the paper.
Nigga,
You're not from his shit.
He didn't snitch on me. He ain't tell on me. I don't give a fuck what he did, really.
All right. So this is the mind state of the average motherfucker in this world, right? When it comes down to shit, right? Especially motherfuckers in the street. Motherfuckers do not give a fuck if a motherfucker told. He ain't tell on me. I done heard this shit so many motherfucking times. He ain't tell on me. I don't care shit. But yet, the facts that be, when you a gangster, a street dude, however you want to word this shit, if a motherfucker snitches, he's no good. Therefore, you should be concerned. Motherfucker, give me my distance. Don't come around with me. I can't fuck with you. You the bottom of the totem pole. But here's where we trade off the motherfucking values, right? Being a gangster, having principles, and standing on what we know are the principles, or motherfucking getting paid a couple measly $100 so you could be on a show, a podcast, get some clout for your name and some notoriety and some followers and all that shit, and just not give a fuck about none of this shit, right? You just like a news anchor, right? You just to report what's going on, but you reported that Big Sad snitch, so of course he gonna be mad that you motherfucking, he gonna go to his internet, he gonna troll you, he gonna do all this shit right there. You called the man a snitch because you seen the motherfucking interrogation video of him telling, but so you're standing on principle there for the motherfucking issue on the podcasting side, but you're playing both sides of the fence though, bro. You either one or the other. Which one are you, the gangster or you the podcaster? You can't be both at the same time, because if you're a gangster, you're gonna stand for your motherfucking principle. And that's what we seeing is lacking here. But let a motherfucker tell it. They face tatted, motherfucking the whole nine. They the most gangster motherfucker of the equation. They look the part, but are they the part? Because when it comes down to finding out what's really in that core of you, what you're really made of, is your principles and your ethics right here. And clearly we see this shit is missing. He ain't tell on me. I don't give a fuck what he did. I wouldn't fight him. Nah, but you're supposed to call a duck though, right? Motherfucker, you told you was a rat, you was the lowest tier of individual when it comes to the shit that goes on, right? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong though.
I wish he ain't come up here. So niggas speaking on it like they would have just did the most gangster shit. Big Sad ain't from 60s, nigga. You wouldn't have had to do nothing to him. Like, and it didn't say I snitched on that paper. This paper Big Sad brought to me didn't say I snitched. So I couldn't have said he snitched that day.
Right. You got to give it to him. He did a great job controlling the narrative that day.
Yeah. And I'm going, look.
And the evil way of looking at it is like, oh, check it out. He got Adam 22 and Brick and everybody drinking lean. So
right.
We're all chill. Like, I don't want I ain't going to read this paperwork, bro. I'm high.
Right. I'm like, who's going to read this? And then he's a master troll. Like,
yeah.
He's a master troll. So, like, I don't give a fuck. And then it was for him to write me and say that he knew the whole time that even him being mad at me would be in the wrong. Get what I'm saying? Like you being mad at, it's just that I got more of a voice in the street though. You get what I'm saying? So he just was like, nigga was just mad about that. Whoop-de-whoop. Ran into some of your homies the other day, blah, blah, blah. Whoop, and I just, just liked it. You're like, all right, cool. Like, nigga, it wasn't even nothing. Nigga, that's your own issue.
So, in my eyes, the way I read that right there is some of his people pressed Sad, right? They ran into him in the streets and pressed him right there. That's what I kind of take that shit as. You got pressed, and you went to this is hypothetically, right? Because I don't know the situation, right? But the way he said that shit right there is kind of like his people. He got the presence in the streets, motherfucking. His people then ran into Big Sad, pressed him. Now Big Sad is apologizing because he knows he was in the wrong because he brought up faulty paperwork and put him in the position right there. And you hear Adam right there snickering, and he's alluding to that the first time Big Sad came up there with the paperwork that he knew that shit, nobody was gonna read all that shit, nor did it say anything in there, or was it the correct piece of information, because we seen what came out after, right? The interrogation motherfucking video. But is that what happened? I don't know. I'm just reading into it how I would perceive it right there. If Big Sad really did message this cat and say that he was in the wrong, I could dig it, right? He authentically is to a degree, right? You went up on No Jumper knowing you got some shit in the closet that motherfucking can be taken and perceived and is telling, right? So you motherfucking try to pull a fast one, you have integrity, you recognize you was in the wrong for even trying to do that, and you apologize. If that's really what it is what it is. That's cool. I'm not trying to, that's good. That keep motherfucking, because there's some shit that bloodshed could be coming from that. I don't want to see, I fuck with Sad's music. I don't know DW Flame, I don't know Big Sad, I don't know none of them, but If he did that shit, then man, hats off to him for being the bigger man and being a mature adult for doing that. Because if you knew you was in the wrong, you was in the wrong, and then all this other shit right here is so I can get that part. But do I think he really did that? I don't know. But let's hear a little more, just a tad bit more.
That's for you and your homies to deal with, nigga. Obviously, you been over there for 13 years after that, 15 years after that, nigga. That's y'all issue.
Honestly, I'm so glad that I let cooler heads prevail and that I did not do the video for the DW Flame diss track that me and Big Sad recorded. Because we made a banger.
Damn.
And I was gonna pull up, skirt on the block. Me and Big Sad jump out. Rah, rah. You know, we was gonna shoot a whole video. My first ever rap song.
That'd be your first ever car that got cut in half.
Yeah, no, we would be good. You'd be cool. And so we were gonna shoot the most vile, disrespectful music video ever. And then at the last minute, I was like, you know what, Big Sad, I fuck with DW. I can't do this. Delete the file. I'm not putting it out.
That's crazy.
I can't even tell you the name of the song. It was so disrespectful.
That's crazy. Yeah. Don't tell me.
No, I'm not gonna tell you.
Last time I told you to tell you, don't say some shit. You still said it.
No, there's gonna be a Flacco video, Adam 22.
Man, I'll tell you right now, shit, that motherfucking silence when Adam said that silence was loud as a motherfucker. Like, come on, Adam, you cringe as fuck. You super motherfucking cringe with this shit, man. Come on, man. How the fuck did you get in the driver's seat, though, man? Why am I watching a motherfucking neo-Nazi leader damn near motherfucking controlling the narrative of some motherfucking street politics shit, though? How is this shit even, but it's 2024. Gotcha. All right, y'all, that's where I'm gonna spare you at right there. That's, to me, out of that whole motherfucking interview, them is the only two little sections. They got some other shit at the end where motherfucking his brother called up and say he choked out Brick Baby and some more drama, right? No jumper, just this motherfucking like circus, right? It's the motherfucking circus. Y'all, if y'all interested in the rest of that shit, y'all go peep that shit. Of course, we know where the motherfucking video's at, but boy, I swear to God, boy, man, if a motherfucker think you abiding by a street code or thinking that gangsterism really is still living and going on, like you living in a bubble, man. That shit is gone, dead, deceased. Come back out here to reality with the world to a degree, man. There's so many more opportunities than falling in this type of mentality right here, because clearly nobody gives a fuck about rules and regulations and real principles and shit like that no more. Real motherfuckers that stand on that shit, they long gone. They burnt out on motherfucking drugs. They in the penitentiary as a fossil somewhere in a penitentiary that's almost like a museum for motherfucking gangsters, killers, and all the whole nine. But yet a motherfucker will get on the internet and call theyself a motherfucking gangster and have no motherfucking backbone. And I come from a generation when the gangsters had backbone, stood on principles, and motherfucking were men of honor to a degree. But that seems to be something that's so far past that I don't know how the fuck to figure this shit out no more. I'm lost on the motherfucking path with no compass, no nothing. I'm out here befuddled out here. This shit is wild out here. But y'all let me know down there in them comments, man, what y'all think about this shit, right? Shit, to the next one. I'm out.